Okay, so I just showed you my equipment bag, and so now I'm going to show you my last bag. As you can see, I brought a North Face day pack, which is actually just kind of the backpack I used in college and that sort of thing. I've had with me for a long time. It's pretty small. It's not like one of these huge backpacker backpacks, so it doesn't feel as cumbersome. I feel like I can get around pretty quickly in the city without looking like maybe like a super tourist, other than the fact that my skin color is generally really makes me stand out from the crowd. But this carries all my clothes and toiletries, so just to kind of show you really briefly what I brought with me and how to make it last. This is my pile of clothes right here. Other than the clothes I'm wearing, I just kind of have actually I have quite a bit of Columbia stuff. I found it to be a really good price and really perfect for what I'm doing. So I'm wearing a pair of Columbia pants. I've got a Columbia t-shirt on underneath, which has been great because actually it's gotten pretty hot in India, and even in Japan yesterday it was pretty warm. Both of those items, and actually most of what I own, is quick drying, so I'm able to wash it in the sink every night and then leave it up to dry, and by the next morning it's dry and ready to go. So that way I always have clothes washing, and I'm wearing the other pair with me. So this jacket that I brought with me, I bought for the trip as well. It's actually made by Icebreaker. It's like a merino wool, 100% sort of sweater sort of thing, just to keep me warm. It's been really nice. And let's see, I bought a watch for the trip. Usually I use my phone, but I don't always have access to my phone, or if the battery died, I wanted to know what time it was so I can get to my flights, trains, that sort of thing. So I brought a watch with me. I also brought 2 pairs of wool socks, Wigwam. So those are nice. If they get wet, they still keep your feet warm. They don't really stink too much, so that's good. And let's see, otherwise I brought one kind of nicer dress shirt. It's actually made by Columbia also, and it's quick drying. It's probably the fastest drying thing that I bought. It dries really in just a couple hours, which is really nice. And then I've also got an Icebreaker kind of thermal undershirt and Icebreaker thermal underpants, just in case it gets really cold. And I've only had to use this a couple times. An extra pair of socks, an extra pair of underwear. Ex Officio is what I bought. It's also really great, fast drying underwear for backpacking, traveling, that sort of thing. And then one more pair of Columbia pants. These ones actually have the legs that zip off to become shorts, which could potentially be handy if I wanted to like go for a run or play some soccer or something like that. So I've got those as well. I brought some, just the cheapest Old Navy sandals I could buy for the shower. I've got, this is pretty handy right here. This is just kind of all my my washing stuff. I've got laundry detergent. I've got the Sea to Summit brand stuff, but really I actually started off with just a little bottle that you can buy from Target, and I filled it with normal laundry detergent. But this stuff's super concentrated, so I can use that, just a drop of it, to kind of wash everything. And I've got my shampoo, body wash, face wash in there. And then this is really handy too. I picked this up at Ace Hardware, but it's a universal sink stopper. It's really just kind of flat piece of rubber, and you just stick it in and it stops every sink that I've been at and helps me to wash my clothes. And then lastly, this has been really useful too, is it's actually a clothesline. I don't need to pull it out, but it's like a traveling clothesline basically that I can kind of string up between any 2 things in the hostels I've been staying in, and dry my stuff overnight. And let's see, I've also got my shaver, of course. One thing I forgot that would have been really useful is the power cord. As you can see, it's getting a little bit crazy here, so I still have a couple more days left. I think I'm going to let the beard grow, and then after that I'm just going to hope that my friend Ryan in China has a shaver cord or a shaver or something. So I got that. I also brought the ShamWow with me, and you would think the ShamWow would be really useful on a trip like this, but in fact maybe this is either a dud or the ShamWow just doesn't work, because I tried drying myself off with this one day when I didn't have a towel, and basically it semi-dried me, and it left a whole lot of kind of orange little pieces of lint all over my body. Let's see, I also have brought an extra trash bag just in case I need to cover my stuff when it's raining. I bought one of these really cool kind of like space age blankets, I guess, to keep you warm in case I'm sleeping in an airport or something like that and I just need to get warm pretty quick. This has been really cool too. I don't know if you've seen these before, but it's a silk mummy bag with a hood. As you can see, it's really small, but some of the hostels I've stayed at have been a little sketchy. I'm not sure if they ever wash their blankets or if they don't have sheets, that sort of thing. This kind of just acts as a sheet that you can sleep in those kind of sketchy places. I also brought a money belt. In the past I've kind of used the one to go around your neck, but this has been really great. It kind of is more handy there and doesn't look as awkward when I'm pulling money out. I fit my couple credit cards in here, actually a debit card, one credit card. Highly recommend Capital One for traveling because they don't charge any foreign transaction fees. They're one of the few companies that does that. I also bring my passport in here, so I'm always carrying that with me, and that's really important as well. And then the currency for whatever place I'm in. I've got a traveling alarm clock, also some meds I brought with me. The only one that I really kind of have to take regularly is doxycycline. I take it for malaria. There was quite a few mosquitoes in India near the end of the trip, and this is just a good kind of safety thing for me. And then just some other kind of random stuff, anti-diarrheals, first aid stuff, cough drops, cold medicine, that sort of thing, just in case I need it. I've actually already had a cold so far on the trip that was really mild. And then I had some other kind of stomach thing where, but it wasn't anything major either. I won't go into the details of that one. I also have a water bottle. It's been really handy. Just got to make sure I empty it out before I go through airport security. Refill it afterwards, usually with bottled water. I've got my sunglasses, which I haven't used yet, but might come in handy later. I also brought a mosquito net, which I would not recommend unless you're going during months when maybe there's more mosquitoes. I've stayed at places that have either air conditioning or I can kind of block off some of the open spots to the outside so mosquitoes can't get in. I also kind of go on a mosquito killing spree every night, like in India, just to be sure I kind of get rid of all the ones that I can find. Put on a little bit of mosquito repellent, take doxycycline, I think I'm good to go, but I guess I'll find out soon. Also have a really kind of lightweight rain parka that packs pretty small. I've used it a couple times in India when it just kind of started pouring. And then lastly, I use Ziploc bags quite a bit. This is kind of actually just the cheap brand, but I'm just trying to keep things organized. It makes it easier to find stuff in my bag. I've got water purifying tablets, which I haven't had to use, but it's good to have anyway. Deodorant is important. Toothbrush, toothpaste. Also have sunscreen, which has been really handy. Hand sanitizer, super great to have. And then, like I mentioned, some bug repellent for mosquitoes. And toilet paper, just a little kind of small roll. And also some little Gatorade packets and like vitamin C emergency sort of packets to add to water in case I need to mix it up and I'm having a hard time finding juice or something like that, just to kind of replenish some of that stuff that I might need if I get sick. So that's all I brought in this bag. As you can see, it's not very much, but it's lasted me for 4 weeks already, almost 4 weeks, and it should last me without any problem through the rest of the trip. The nice thing about this is that you could actually probably travel a year or even a couple years with this sort of stuff, only having to refill a few of your toiletries. Because with the clothes, you just kind of wash them every night, makes them nice and clean, and then wear the other pair. So really you only need 2 pairs. And as you can see, when everything's packed up, you just have this one small bag of kind of technology stuff, and then one small bag of clothes and toiletries. And I've been traveling super light, and it's been really nice to travel like that.